Hi everyone, it's Lisa Cheplack, nutrition chef with Green Our Planet. We all know about Halloween, right? Halloween happens in the fall during the month of October. So I have a question for you. Can you think of one plant that everyone associates with Halloween? Did you say pumpkin? That's right. In fact, I just harvested this pumpkin from my garden. Did you know that we produce over 1.5 billion pounds of pumpkins in America every year so that everyone can have pumpkins for Halloween? But what is a pumpkin and why are pumpkins associated with the fall season and Halloween? And where did the word pumpkin come from anyway? Do you know? Well, pumpkins are actually a member of the squash family and originated in Central America. People there cultivated pumpkins for thousands of years. When the Pilgrims arrived in America, Native Americans taught them how to cook and eat pumpkins, which the Pilgrims had never seen before. The word pumpkin actually comes from a French explorer who called pumpkins gros melons, which means big melons. That word eventually came papillons, and later pumpkins. But why did people start carving faces into pumpkins and making jack-o'-lanterns? Well, it turns out that the Irish had a story about a man named Jack who put a coal inside a turnip and used it as a lamp. When the Irish arrived in America and saw their first pumpkins, they switched from carving turnips, which are actually a lot smaller, to carving pumpkins, which they called jack-o'-lanterns. So now we celebrate Halloween with the fruit of a plant originally from Central America and with a face cut into it because of an Irish folk tale. One other crazy thing about pumpkins is, do you know when the word pumpkin was first used in literature? That was in 1697 by the French writer who wrote Cinderella. Do you remember where Cinderella got a carriage that was pulled by horses to take her to a prince's ball? It was from a magic pumpkin. So that's the history of pumpkins. But what about eating pumpkins? Are they good for you? Well, it turns out that not only do pumpkins have an interesting history, but they're also very nutritious. In addition to beta-carotene, pumpkins contain vitamin C, vitamin E, iron, and folate, which all help strengthen your immune system, which helps your body protect itself from germs. Pumpkins are also a very low-calorie food. Did you know that 1 cup of cooked pumpkin only contains about 49 calories? By comparison, a cup of avocados has nearly 5 times as many, 240 calories. So now I want to share with you one of my favorite recipes using pumpkins, mini pumpkin pies. Do you want to learn how to make them? Then let's get started. The first thing you need to make is pumpkin puree. You can use pumpkin puree in a can, but it's really simple to make your own using a whole pumpkin, and it gives it a much fresher taste. The first thing you're going to do is cut your pumpkin in half and scoop out the seeds. Make sure to save your seeds to season and roast for a healthy snack. Did you know that there are over 500 seeds in an average sized pumpkin? Looks like we have about 500 seeds here. You're going to add your pumpkin halves to a pan. Then we're going to bake our pumpkin at 350 degrees for about 45 minutes. Then you're going to remove it from the oven and let it cool. And as you can see, it's nice and tender when you poke a fork into it. You can see that it's perfectly cooked. Once the pumpkin is completely cooled, scoop it out into a food processor or blender. Then you're going to blend it until it's smooth. Add some extra water if needed. And as you can see, it's nice and smooth and pureed and ready to use for our pumpkin pies. To make your pumpkin pie filling, you're going to take 2 cups of your pumpkin puree and add it to a blender. Next, we're going to add 4 dates with the pits removed. Dates have a lot of nutritious benefits like calcium, potassium, and magnesium. They have a really sweet caramel taste. Next, we're going to add 1/3 cup of maple syrup. Maple syrup is high in antioxidants and provide calcium, zinc, potassium, and iron, just to name a few of the wonderful benefits. Next, we're going to add 1/4 cup of almond milk and 2 tablespoons of cornstarch or arrowroot powder, and then a teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice, and then a teaspoon of vanilla, and then a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And then blend until it's smooth and creamy, just like this. For the crust, we're going to use these ready-made graham cracker mini crust shells. You can also purchase a regular size graham cracker pie crust. And then we're going to add our filling right into the pie shells. And now we're ready to bake our mini pumpkin pies. You're going to put them in the oven of 350 degrees for 20 minutes. So now our pumpkin pies are baked and they're cooled, and now it's time for the best part, adding some whipped cream to the top. Don't they look delicious? So next time it's fall season and you're celebrating Halloween, remember that Native Americans and the Irish gave you pumpkins and jack-o'-lanterns. That's why today we have such great decorations and can enjoy delicious pumpkin pie. I'm Lisa Cheplack, Nutrition Chef with Green Our Planet. We'll see you next time. Bye. And remember, the Earth is the only planet in our solar system that has life on it, which is why the Earth is the only planet that has such beautiful blues and greens. So let's remember to protect our planet and all of the life on it. Bye!